Hello, everyone. I can't handle this. Hi. So this is going to be the first in a very, very long series. I have a lot of these videos to make. You can check. There's a link down here. Um, I'm not making these anymore to raise money for my brothers and my own AIDS Life Cycle Fund. I just actually completed the ride this past Saturday. Today is Monday, June 11th, I believe, and I rode 545 miles to Los Angeles from San Francisco. I'm very tired. I'm also very browned in the face. I actually look Mexican today. It's wonderful. I have a wonderful tan and everything. It's awesome. And so, as I had mentioned, I was going to start a new project where people could basically sponsor these Mark Reads videos. So there will be a link down there to my store, and for just $25, I will promote anything you want, and then I will read anything you give me. And I was going through the many. I already sold out of all 40 of them in like 3 days. It was awesome. And I decided to pick this one first because of the cover. I can't handle life right now. So this video specifically is for Max. Um, uh, yeah, who I came to my event in San Francisco on the Mark Does Stuff tour. So Max, you were wonderful. Thank you for giving me this. This is Mark Reads The Shadow War of the Night Dragons, Book 1, The Dead City by John Scalzi. I don't know anything about this. I was really given no introduction to what it is, but the cover has a dragon and the text is in bright green. But then there's three men who it's basically a Titan men porn. Like they're just huge, muscly white dudes. So I'm hoping what I'm going to read is porn. Oh my god, this cover is horrific. So. The first sentence is destroying me. Okay. Night had come to the city of Skalandar Haria, the sort of night with such a quality of black to it that it was as if black coal had been wrapped in blackest velvet, bathed in the purple-black ink of the demon squid Drindle, and flung down a black well that descended toward the deepest, blackest crevices of Drindelfangen, the netherworld ruled by Drindle, in which the sinful were punished. Why is the sentence still going? The black of which was so legendarily black that when the dreaded Drindelfangen Flagon Max, what have you done to me? When the dreaded Drindelfangen Flagon, the ravenous blind black badger trolls of Drindelfangen, would feast upon the uselessly dilated eyes of damned, the abandoned would cry out in... This is all one sentence. The abandoned would cry out in joy as the Drindle... What is this word? Drindelfangen Flagon Morden, the feared black spoons of the Drindelfangen Flagon. No one wrote this. Pressed against their optic nerves, giving them one last sensation of light before the most absolute blackness fell upon them, made yet even blacker by the injury sustained from a falling lump of ink-bathed, velvet-wrapped coal. The same coal that apparently is describing this. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh my god. Actually, I kind of want to be friends with John Scalzi. I don't understand any of this. This is amazing. Okay, with the night came a storm, the likes of which the eldest among the Skalandar Harians would proclaim they had seen only once before, although none of them could agree on which one time that was. Some said it was like the fabled scouring of Skalandar Haria. Oh, I got it right that time. In which the needle-sharp ice rain flayed the skin from the unjust of the city. That is amazing! Why haven't I thought of that as a... I'm always like, oh, I wish the earth would open up. No, I wish needle-sharp ice rain would flay the skin from the unjust. That's what I'm going to say about Draco Malfoy whenever I come across him. Okay, provided they were outside at the time. Oh, let's add that. So if they were inside, their skin was not flayed, even if they were unjust. While sparing the just who had stayed indoors, others said it was very similar to the unforgettable pounding of Skalandar Haria, in which hailstones the size of melons destroyed the city's melon harvest. Oh, it's like the melon guy from Avatar. Still others compared it To the oft commented upon moistening of Scalandar Haria, this is genius. This is amazing. Okay, in which the persistent humidity made everyone unbearably sticky for several weeks. That just seems just mildly unpleasant compared to the other ones. At which point they were informed that this storm was really nothing like that at all, to which they replied, perhaps not, but you had to admit it was a pretty damn miserable time. It is, so it's like being in Houston or Orlando. I just booked my ticket to Orlando for Ascendio, which you all should go to. Ascendio in July. I think it's July 12th through 15th, yes. I'm advertising my own shit in here. What is wrong with me? This isn't my video. Okay, which is to say, it was a dark and stormy night. That is the best way I've ever read of anyone describing that it was a dark and stormy night. John Scalzia, friend me on Facebook. Okay. And in that dark and stormy night, upon the walls of Smailcaven, the imperial castle of Scalandar Haria, 2 guards stood upon a watch. It is a dark night, said Barnes the First. Aye, and stormy too, said Rule the Second, because these characters need to just constantly, I don't understand life, okay. Have you ever seen a storm like it? Asked Barnes. Only once, said Ruel. Yet if it were not for the lightning, we wouldn't be able to see at all, Barnes said. It is so dark I would lose my sword at the end of my hand. That's strangely written. Wouldn't you just hold on to it? Because he wouldn't go anywhere? Okay, anyway. And that is why we must be on our guard, said a third voice booming from beside them. The 2 guards drew their swords. Lightning flashed above them as they did so, revealing the form of Quinto, or Quinto, whatever. Let's do Quinto, like Zachary Quinto. Their lieutenant, standing on the wall. Thunder pealed shortly thereafter, shaking them all. Had I not spoken, I would have been upon the 2 of you like a demon, Quinto said to Barnes and Ruel. Well, it is dark, Barnes said. And you're wearing black, said Ruel. And you're on your tiptoes, Barnes said. There's no way this is not purposely written this terribly. This is beautiful. I don't want your excuses, Quinto said, bringing his feet down from... Where? Oh, he's on the wall, that's right. If you can't defend this castle, you might as well not be guards at all. Yes, Lieutenant. You have to admit, Lieutenant, the captain of the guard isn't making it easy for us to do our job, Ruel said. We're out here on a dark and stormy night, the one you just described. Hold on, I can't see how long this video is. Okay. There's no moon, and with all the light from the city snuffed, and not even a torch for us to see by. You know why that is, Ruel, Quinto said. Captain Ealth, E-A-L-T-H, was ordered by the Emperor's wizard himself. No light in the castle can be seen from the outside. All lights from the city likewise extinguished. He motioned towards the darkness of Scalandar Haria. Not that Barnes or Ruel saw it. Oh, this is... It's all for the same reason, he said. The night dragons, Barnes said. Lightning flashed again, thunder rolling almost immediately after. That's right, Quinto said. Ruel snorted. You have something to say, Ruel, Quinto said. Begging the lieutenant's pardon, Ruel said, but night dragons? Are we meant to believe that the Emperor's wizard or the Emperor himself really believes in such things? He's a wizard. If you have wizardry in your world, why is it out of the question that you wouldn't have dragons? Ruel, your suspension of disbelief makes no sense. You know of the same reports I do, Ruel, Quinto said. Caravans attacked, the city itself infiltrated and citizens taken away, buildings mysteriously burning in the night. The wizard's own investigators have been to the burnt shells. They say there's no doubt it's the night dragons. They say they've returned after all these years. Bollocks, Ruel said. You don't believe in night dragons? Barnes asked to Ruel as lightning flashed once more. Well, clearly he doesn't. Stop being a bigot. This is so bad. Of course I don't, Ruel said around the thunder. I may be a guard and a soldier, but I am not an uneducated man. Ooh. I once spent 3 entire months in school. 3 whole months. I am a man of science. Okay, now you're a man of science after 3 months. Oh my god, that means I have 50 degrees. And science tells us that an animal as large as a night dragon is meant to be simply cannot fly. What? I'm a man of science, and science tells us that an animal as large as a night dragon is meant to be simply cannot fly. That is the fucking sentence I just read. If they can't fly, they're not dragons. Night dragons are a myth. What is that logic? So, okay, so maybe there is an animal this big, but since it can't fly because it's big, then it's not a night. What the fuck did I just read? If it's not night dragons, then how do you explain the attacks on the caravans in the city? Barnes asked. That is a good question, Barnes. As a man of science would, Ruel said, by suggesting sound and realistic alternatives to the fanciful suggestion that night dragons did these things, which is fair enough. Such as, Quinto asked. What? What? Vampires and werewolves, Ruel said, quite obviously. Vampires and werewolves, Quinto said. That's right, Ruel said. Have you ever seen a vampire or a werewolf? Quinto asked. Has anyone ever? Of course no one's seen them, Ruel said. They lurk. This is my favorite band of science ever. So wait, Barnes said, the vampires and werewolves are in league with each other? Well, no, probably not, Ruel said. It's either one or the other. Alternately, vampires did some attacks while werewolves did others. If you think about it with a clear and scientific mind, it's the only rational explanation. What? No, it's not! What is it? What? I can't argue with that logic, Barnes said. No, yes you can. You just keep going. Oh. There's a group of us who meet weekly to discuss the vampire and werewolf that's clearly being ignored in order to focus on flashy, implausible causes to our current troubles, Ruel said. If you want, I could bring you along. Where's the lieutenant during all of this? Okay. They have weekly meetings. It's like, what? It's like a book club of werewolves and vampires. Okay. I'd like that, Barnes said. Of course you would, Barnes. Done, Ruel said, but meanwhile we still have the problem of standing here in the dark trying to guard the castle when we can't see anything. What's the reasoning here? None. There's none. None. If the city is dark, then the night dragons won't see the castle, Quinto said. It makes it more difficult for them to attack from the air. How is it this dark? Are there no stars? There's no moon? Did the wizard put those out too? That would be fucking awesome. See, now that's just nonsense, Ruel said. Bumping about in the dark, hiding from creatures that don't exist. Meanwhile, vampires and werewolves are out there eating sheep and babies and virgins. What is fantasy novels? I don't get them. Okay. Who will think of the babies, Barnes said, and the virgins and the sheep? Max, you are destroying me. Oh, exactly, Ruel said. Nonsense, I tell you. Nonsense or not, you still have your orders, Quinto said. Yes, Lieutenant, Ruel said, and we'll follow them. What little good they will do anyone. He snorted again. Honestly, night dragons. It's hard to believe anyone would really believe in them. Some of the things people say about them are complete foolishness. Why, I've heard people say they can move so silently you don't even hear them until they are on top of you. As if any creature so large could move with such silence. I can't believe they're discussing this. I've heard night dragons don't actually need light to see, Barnes said, that they can see by sensing heat or such like. I've heard that they can speak in human tongues, Quinto said, and that sometimes they speak just to surprise their victims into immobility. Okay. Okay. This is weird. Okay. I've heard that they can eat castle guards 3 at a time, said a fourth voice. Oh, I get it! This is amazing! They were talking. Okay. Although that's not actually a legend, that's really just more of an ambition. Who said that, Ruel said, and then the lightning flashed, and the 3 guards saw the spreading wings, the giant head, and the terrible, terrible teeth. The thunder drowned out the screams, which were brief enough anyway. The dark and stormy night concealed the rest. That is the best, worst written thing ever. Best, worst, best. It's like best / worst / best again. So bad, it becomes the best. It's like dividing by 0, but bad fantasy fiction. Who is John Scalzi? He's a genius. Max, you get the first Mark Reads video that I make for this project, and goddamn, that was fucking amazing. That was amazing.